I think this is working. Let us double check. Looks live to me. Let's see. There you go. Okay. We are good to go. Now, I'm going to be working on the routing, but before I do that, record change. Let's just double check the mic's working. Mic. Okay. Looks good. Record change. So we're gonna get this record real quick. Whoop. Spin it. Put a new one. And there it is. New music, new record. So at the current moment, I'm working on the routes. I am working on the routes, and yeah, I'm just deciding the structure of the routes right now. So I have this. Hold up. Let's go to this. Since there's no coding at the moment. Scene 2. So what I have right here are tasks for today. Functionality of quick links. What does that entail? Deciding routing structure, what I'm doing at the moment. Writing routing code, actually implementing it. Create components, the components that we're going to route to. Change API files to serve. So our API right now, or our server, is just serving a practice page of sorts, like what could I call this? Like a filler page at the moment, just so I could see that the connection's working. So I'm just gonna change that so it could actually serve the correct components and pages that I want it to serve. And then, oh yeah, that's what the bottom one says as well. So flip it over here. Routes. So customer service, the reason why I'm doing customer service, if I can switch the scene real quick. If I go here, pay. Customer service is a route that is always being used. Well, all of them actually are children routes of the water services route. So that's something that I have to keep in mind as well on how I'm going to do that. So ultimately, the big grand route, right? I'm gonna make like a route tree. So the big grand route is the water. If I can tighten this up real quick. Water. What is it called? Water services route. So I go water. Wait, wait. Services. Well, give them a little name of Top Dog. Top Dog. It's the big dog route. This is where everything else has to come from. So I'm gonna put a slash here. This is the big dog route. Then one other route we have is the customer service route, if I'm not mistaken. Best customer service. Customer is a double S. Customer service. This is another route, the customer service route. And is there anything else? Because a lot of things come from here. If I look at the toilet credit program, customer service. If I do appointment locations, customer service. If I do leak pool, customer service. If I do how to read utility, customer service. Feels like the only one that, ooh, we have a pages route too. So we got one more. Let's add this right here. Little pages route. Ooh, no, that sounds amazing. I gotta turn this up. So I go back to this, boom. So we have our customer service route, we have a pages route. We also have, if I wanna double check here really quick, let's see what else we have, chat. So I got a pages route, a customer service route. I think I've clicked through all things. Connective incentive, another pages route, customer service route, leak pool, customer service route. So now we're going to turn to this and see which link goes to where. And I'm gonna write it down. So what was that one? Pay water. Oh, it says right here. I can just do that. Okay. Pay water bill. So I'm just gonna put this right here. Put it up. For each route or page, pay water. Pay customer service. Top dog, and then we'll name these ones right here little dogs. You know, little dogs. And then hey, these boys right here, they're pups, man. They're some pups. So if I can look here really quick. Okay. Pay water bill, customer service route. New utility services, customer service route. New utility. Payment locations, customer service. Ooh, wait, customer service / pages / payment location. That seems excessive, right? But I don't know how the routing works. So if anything, we could always just figure that out. But we're just gonna do payment locales, locations. Another little red dot. Toilet credit program, customer service. So majority of these are gonna be under the customer service route. But toilet credit. Toilet credit, yeah, what is it right there? Toilet credit. Temporary. Damn, that's getting big. We'll move the pages over there so I can fit more over here. So we have 2 dots. This, and we'll do pages right here. Pages. So, I'm gonna do this, and we're gonna put right. So, what was the next one? Temporary water service. Temporary water service. Temp water service. Okay. Next one, perhaps backflow compliance. Pages. So I go right here. Backflow. All right. Is there anything else in backflow? Utility provider map. We don't have to worry about that. Not even on the way. Pages. Connection incentive. Connection incentive. Okay. Afterwards, we have, once again, how to read bill. How to, let's just do a little how to read. And then we have customer service pages. Leak, pull. I'll do that. Leak / pull. Okay? So this is where everything goes to. We have the top dog, which is the water service, where everything is gonna route from. Damn, why do I always have to poop? Then we have the customer service route and the pages route, and these are the other things that they serve. I'm going to put a little asterisk. If I put this, if I can do this really quick. I'm gonna put a little asterisk next to the pages that I actually need to create, because some of them are PDF files that I don't need to create, that I could just copy down and send it out. Hey, this is yours right here, bud. So some of them are PDF files. I'm gonna put an asterisk next to the ones that are PDF files and I don't have to. So if I'm not mistaken, if I double check, that's not a PDF. Oh, I think I clicked on it. Temporary water service. This is a PDF, so I'm gonna put an asterisk. That's a PDF. I'll just put this right here. This, that looks like a, wait, that's not an asterisk. That's not an asterisk. I'm gonna put a, I think a pentagram, that's what they're called. I'll put an X. X. P. D. F. X right there. I'm gonna put a little box around it as well. X. E. That's not a PDF. Payment location, that's not a PDF. New utility service is a PDF. X, that's a PDF. Anything else? This one not a PDF. This a PDF. Not a PDF. Not a PDF. Not a PDF. Oh, how to read utility bill. PDF. So those ones I don't have to create pages for. And a leak, not a PDF. Everything else I have to create a page for. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick because, bro, I don't know what's going on. Put this right here. I am back. I'm back. We are back. I don't know how much time. It's already 10:17. I gotta go at about 11:30. Put that right there. All right, let's get back to it. So we had just finished our declaration. If I look at this really quick, we have just finished our declaration and knowing where everything is gonna go. So what are we gonna do now? No, we gotta implement it. Let's go ahead and do this. So I'm gonna pull up the routing documentation here. Specifically the Angular child routing. Common routing tasks. That's what I like to see. Head to angular.dev. And let's get some tunes going. Ladies and gentlemen. What do I want to play today? I want to play something from the computer. It's not crazy. Yeah, I think I will. Enabling this looks like. Yes, I will. So we're going to do. I don't want to play something from the computer. I want to play something from here because it feels cool. With component input binding, we'll read about that right now. See how that could help us out. So I'm just gonna grab this. We're gonna be playing next another record on this one. Model sold by Nujabase. So Nujabase, I don't know. Everybody says something different, right? Everybody's always got something different to say about this man's name. So we're just gonna get this open right here, put this in here. Ooh, take this out. Chill. Okay. Open. Okay. Put this in there. Look towards the other record. Pull this out. Side A. And then my life is in. Okay. And let us get to work now. It's one of my favorite songs of all time. And let me just change the cam. Boom. Okay. So we have the routing docs. So let's just get this really quick. I completely figured out with component input binding. I think this is used for component input binding. I think this is used for the routes and stuff, like as in, of course, but I'm talking about activated routes and query params and stuff like that, which I don't think we're gonna use. I didn't see any query params there, so I'm just going to leave it. I'm just gonna leave it. I don't think I really need it because look, this is input string and stuff like that. You know, I don't think I really need it. Oh, I do need to make a wild route. That's a good one. That's a really good one I can do. That's a really good one. I'm just gonna put that on here. We can do like a little. We'll just know we have to do it. We don't have to write it down. Link parameter arrays. So, okay. The following is a 2-element array with specifying a route parameter. So here ID. Okay. So this lets you have an ID. You could do that as well. This syntax passes matrix parameters. Okay, I know that's a different thing as well. Let's see if we can find anything on child location strategy and browser URL styles. When the route navigates to a new component, it updates the browser location and history with a URL for the view. Modern HTML5 supports browser history push state technique that changes a browser's location and history without triggering a server page request. The router can compose a natural URL that is indistinguishable from one that would otherwise require page load. Here, the crisis center URL in this HTML push state file. Older browsers send page requests to the server. Okay. Hash. The router supports both local strategy. Okay, so we can do both. It's just a routing strategy. Where can I see child routes? Creating custom route matches, lifecycle events, read route, stay route, routing reference, routing animations. Let's see this right here. Oh. Configure your application with routes, with component input binding, test your custom URL matcher. We don't need that. We need child, my own. Child. Ugh. Child. No. Okay. go back to the older documentation, see if they have anything. NG, generate component, defining a basic route. We know how to do this really quickly. Getting route information, that's another thing we can do. Update the input. Setting up wildcard routes, which is the 404 page. Setting redirects, I already know how to do that. Nesting routes, this is what we're looking for right here. As your application grows more complex, you want to create routes that are relative to a component other than your root component. These types of nested routes are called child routes. This means you're adding a second router outlet. Okay, no, I don't want to quite nest routes, which I know I will be using this later for the menu and the language components, but I don't want to do that quite yet. Is it? Am I tripping? Yeah. Here is the first component. Do I? Because no, they are right. I do wanna. I do wanna nest routes because we have one router outlet which is in app.main, or if I index.html, so we have waterways root, which is, I'm an idiot, which is app.html, which has a router outlet. Waterways navigation check. Yeah, let's just throw that in there. Router outlet. And then I have another one within my quick links. So they are right, I do have another one, which is right here, router link. Is it the same thing? Router outlet. That just calls the router outlet. Router link, so it just links it to another thing, / boom. So I want it to build upon the waterways route because I don't want this to just be another thing. So what I need to do, if I'm not mistaken, if we continue reading the docs here, why not play around with it and mess it up? It is, I already have these changes on GitHub, so if I need it, I can pull it back. What I need to do here is go to routes, and I need to make children route, except, no, I need to make all of these children routes, if I'm not mistaken, right? Page component, I need to make everything a children route because I want everything to be home route waterways. I'm gonna make everything a children route except make everything children routes of this right here. Everything of the home landing page. So I want them all to be children routes. That's what happened. I don't need this for now. Where is this? So my idea is to make them all children routes of this right here. Path match redirect to waterways of this right here. And then I'm hoping that they will just add on afterwards. So let's try this really quick. Let's delete this. Let's give it a child component. We'll do this for now. Did I have to do that? Can I just do this? Yeah. So we have one child path. We have one child path declared here, which is our practice route. So in theory, this should add on to the waterways route. It should be something like this. Waterways / practice page. This is something that should pop up right now. Let's see if this actually works. So we're going to do waterways. Let's just see if there's any issues. Are they're crying about it? No issues. Okay. So let's go to waterways / practice page. What the fudge? Huh? Huh? What? What is this? If I click this, will this break? What the hell? I know what it is. I know what it is, and it's a weird thing that happens here. I don't understand as to why this happens. So, what's happening now is that the router right here in Angular, it loads this route. And then when I switch it to another route, like this one, where I add the end of the URL, it doesn't reload the components that I want. It doesn't check and give me the new component. I don't know why it works that way, but I gotta see how to stop it. So there's Angular documentation. So router link, child A, child B, router outlet. Well, this is actually not what I want. Child path, and what does the path actually look like? Setting up the page title. This is the component with the router outlet in the template. Child route that router renders. Okay, I know what this is. I understand now. I understand what it is. So what I think it is, my theorem is, right, if I can cook for a second, what my theorem is that when I declare child routes, it's not adding it to this route tree. So at the moment, we have one initial route, right? We have the app route, app.root. So app root, or waterways route, whatever. And so when we have water waste, we have this. And what I wanted to do is add on to it with practice page on the same outlet. But what it's actually doing is creating another outlet that I need to call to render practice page, which I think it will do if I do this really quick. Let's just theorem test. So if I go to landing page, that is rendering my links. Where would it render? Where would it render? Because I'm projecting right here, waterways hero section. And I declared it for the landing page, right? I declared the extra routes for the landing page, the home component, landing page component. So I think right here, because I'm asking for the route in another child component, what I'm doing here, if I may erase this really quick, what I'm doing is I have the routes set up one level higher. I have the route set up right here in the, landing page. I have the route set up here on the landing page, but I'm calling it actually in one of the child components of this, which is quick links. So will a child component alter it? Will a child component alter it? That's an interesting question right there. Let's see. So I'm going to throw here a router outlet and see if that works. What the hell, Kasha? I'm gonna throw this actually right here. A router outlet, and I'm gonna see if this works. Index, huh? I'm getting a lot of errors here. Error found on landing page. Router outlet. Router. Oh, I don't think I implemented it, did I not? If I go to here. No, I do have it here. Async pipe, not even using this. Don't want to do that. Async pipe. I do have it implemented here. Router outlet. What in the world is this, bro? That's not what I want. Where does this one get it from? Yeah, look what I want it from this, bro. I don't know where you guys getting me from. I want it from that. Chill. So the issue? Yeah, I was. What the hell is going on, bro? Oh, okay. What in the world is happening, bro? Hold on. If I click this. Okay, I see what it's doing now. I see what it's doing. Okay. I see what it's doing now. Hold on now. Let's relax for a second. Alright, let's remove this code. Because it's just rendering it right on the bottom of each link. So, or I click it. What if I go to the child component? Let's see what happens. Bro, don't you dare pull it from whatever that bull crap was, bro. Yeah, pull it from there. Button. Okay, so this works. What? 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 Why is it not working? Why is it not working? What if I do it right? Oh, hell no, dog. Router outlet. What if I do this? When it redirects, let's see. Of course that one's gonna work, bro. Of course that one's gonna work. This is tough right here. This is tough. This is tough. This is a tough one, bro. I might have to watch a YouTube video on this, bro. I'm actually gonna have to turn this on because it's kind of hot. And this is probably not an issue I'm gonna solve in a day. I'll say that much. I'll say that much. This is an issue I'm not gonna solve in a day. Better believe that. But what I can do is get my brain thinking. So I'm just gonna take both the router outlets off. Take that statement out of here. Let's see right here. So none of these router outlets work. Go back right here. Moved everything. Okay. So what can we do now? What is the question that we're trying to ask? Because once again, if we're problem solvers, what makes a good problem solver is not what they know up here. It's what am I trying to say, bro? A good problem solver knows the right questions to ask. Because if you ask the right questions, you're going to put your efforts towards the right problem. And so our question now is our question of the hour. How do we add routes to a parent route? I think so. That's how you think our question. I think we can start off with that. Then we can see where we go. How do we add routes to the current routes? How do we add routes to the current route? Let's see. How to add routes to the current route. Angular. Navigate to routes. This is quite a navigation problem. Okay, I'm working in an Angular 9 project. That thing is ancient, brother. Let's just check this real quick. No. Angular 9, that boy is ancient, dog. And I have a tablet that's reusable. Let's turn it down as well. For now, I have two parent components using the table. I have a table. I said tablet, bro. I'm such a troll. I have a table that's reusable. For now, I have two parent components using the table. I want the users to be able to select an item on the table and be routed to that item's details page. The issue is these two tables are different routes. Let's say list parent 1, list parent 2, and the details page is an extension of those routes. Perfect. So if you were clicking on an item for parents 1 table, you need to go to the route list parent 1 details ID. And if you were using parents 2 table, you'd go, I'm also passing state data with the router and setting query param handling. I think I can do this in multiple ways. I'm trying to figure out which would be the best. Option 1, when the user clicks on the item, I always like to highlight from here. Option 1, when the user clicks on the item in the table, child component, okay, I cause table component to emit an event that causes parent to navigate to the details page. This works because the parent knows where the route is currently. So I could simply do this router navigate plus row ID. Okay, makes sense. In parent 1, okay, I understand this way. In parent 1, same way in parent 2. Downside is both parents are using functions that are very similar. Duplication code, right? You want your code to be dry. Do, don't repeat. Don't, what the heck is that acronym? I forgot. Option 2, I pass the current route from the parent component table to the child table. This would just be an input, and I would use a function that's able to, in the table, components to navigate the user. Go to details, row, void. This router navigate current route / details. Okay. I find out the current route in the constructor of the table with this router event, then set it to go to details funct above. Option 4, for some reason I thought there was a simple way to navigate by adding the Current route. Adding to the current route for X. I would, if you were to route to list, I thought there was a router navigation function like router navigate from route, and it would just navigate from the current route and add it to. But the only router navigate and navigate does this exist? I don't know why I thought that does. Is one way better than the other? So we understand this guy has a bunch of different ways, right? So this is the meat and potatoes. This is what we want here. You can pass the activated route to the navigate options. You inject activated. Okay, hold on. You can pass activated route to the navigate option. Makes sense. I understand what I'm talking about. You inject the route, activated route, in the constructor. Set it when you call navigation with what is spelled with wrong? Or I don't know what I'm trying to say here. With that in your table, you can call this route or navigate row ID relative to this route. The guide for it is thank you at Tutti. Really? Is that it? Tutti. Let's see. Yeah, this is not what I'm looking to do. Router.navigate. Ooh. Just gonna look for him. Router.navigate. So. Look at this. Yes. This is beautiful what I'm saying. This is chef's kiss. Okay. So. Yeah, our record player ended already. Okay. Let's put this. Today is, I guess, a research day on this because I don't quite know what I want to do here. So, we can write down some potential fixes that we have currently seen for this. We'll do fix 1, or just some top of mind thing to keep in mind that we could probably possibly use. Activated routes with navigate function. I would probably do something in the quick links for that, so I'm gonna keep that in mind. I'm gonna write that down here as well. In my quick links component, we're gonna go here. I don't need this anymore. I'm gonna actually do doom, boom, boom. There we go. Possible fixes for routing. 1. Add a navigate function here that adds onto the route. Add a navigate function here that adds onto the route. Taking in the active route. The active route would be the one that we're our landing page, so it would be slash water waste, and adding the route. That was way too much. Hold on. And adding the route that we want to go to. We have a bunch of different pages that we want to go to, right? We can go to, yeah, I can just leave it like that. I understand what we want to go to. So that's one possible fix. Let's check out to see what the Angular documentation says is other possible fixes. I'm just gonna look at my phone really quick. So, I have to look here. How to use router link. Come on now, talk to me. Instead of using regular anchor tags, I know what it is. Using absolute and relative links. Ooh. Relative URLs, this could be good. Relative URLs in Angular routing allow you to define navigation paths relative to the current route. This is meat, this is juicy. This is the current, this is in contrast. Hold on. Freaking. Just increase that damn text size, bro. I think it's tiny. Doesn't do anything. Just gotcha. This is in contrast to absolute route, which contains full path protocols, HTTP to digit, in the root domain, google.com. Absolute route, relative route. Okay. In this example, the first example contains full path with HTTP and the root domain. Makes sense. Explicit, essential, and contrast second. Okay. Generally speaking, the relative route are preferred here because they're more maintainable across applications. Gotcha. How are your relative paths work? Router link navigates user dashboard. Dashboard. Okay. Okay. Makes sense. When you define when you need to define a dynamic parameter in the URL in the URL dynamic, this one is going to change. Use the array syntax. Okay. In addition, Angular routing allows you to specify whether you want the path to be relative to the current URL or to the root domain, based on whether the relative path is the prefix with a / or not. For example, if the user is on example testing.settings, here is how a different relative path can be defined for various scenarios. Navigate to setting. Okay. Wait a minute. What the hell? Router link. Setting notification. So this sets up a notification, but it doesn't tell me how. Oh, route navigator. I'm gonna look down there. But I'm thinking that the routing. I would love for them to give me an example of how the routing is already done in the routing page. Programmatic navigation to routes. This is neat. While RouterLink handles declaration navigation in templates, Angular provides programmatic navigation for scenarios where you need to navigate based on logic, user action, or application state. By injecting router, you can dynamically navigate to routes, pass parameters, and control navigation behavior between your TypeScript code. You can use the router.navigate method to programmatically navigate between routes. Oh yes. By specifying your URL path. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is good. Oh yeah, this is good. Click, navigate to profile. This is called a function, navigate to profile. This dot router with route parameters. Ooh, nice. Route.navigate supports both simple and complex routing scenarios, allowing you to pass route parameters, query parameters, and control navigation behavior. You can also build navigation paths relative to your component's location in the routing tree. Ooh. Boom. I think I found it. Wait, are you gonna show me the routing tree? No, bruh. Why no way, dog? Alright. Navigate to edit user. You don't pass any information. Okay. Navigate to user. Oh, nice. Private route. Okay. This is juicy. I'm gonna put this right here. This is exactly what I was saying right here. Add a navigate function. Okay. So when I click on an A tag, what? Can I do this on an A tag? Face. Okay. How should I do this? I don't know how to do this. I can just have it be a button instead, right? I think that'll still work. I just gotta change the CSS. I gotta remind myself to change the CSS. Another to do. I'll just add a to do here. To do. Change CSS of button. If change CSS of anchor tag to. I'm gonna do this because it looks a lot better. Anchor tag to button. Well, that's not self-closing. Button if you choose to use it. Okay. So we're just gonna create a function here. We're just gonna create a navigate to, and we're gonna have it on our link right, the route that we want to go to. So we're gonna import a few things. Obviously, we want the route to be private. We don't want users to have access to this. So private route is going to be our activated route, and then private router is going to be our router. Oh shit. What do they have here? Okay. I gotta inject router. I like it more like that. I'm just gonna follow whatever the docs say. Inject router. And then I'm gonna inject this up here. Come on. Inject. Come on. Okay. And so we have our. I'm just gonna declare this real quick. Put some comment on the code. Declare. No. Yes. use for routing. Okay, navigate to, and then I'm going to use this dot router, since this is what I'm going to navigate. What did it take? Commands. Let's double check what this does. Router.navigate relative to, I know what I'm going to do. So router.navigate, I'm going to do what should I do here? I'm going to do this right here. I'm going to do the link dot link. Can't do that. Relative. What? To? Is that what he does here? He takes an array. Relative. It's not even a function here. Alright, let's work on this first. Router.navigate. Okay. I just don't know wrong here. What the frick? Oh. I need to press. Boom. Router. No, excuse me. I'm gonna do the link. This link dot link. Is that what I did here? Oh, bro, I mean the syntax is horrid, bro. Can I do data dot link? It's kind of ugly. I don't want to redo it though. Oh hell no, I don't want to redo it. So we'll do this. This link dot link. What do you mean it doesn't exist? Boy, if I look at my models, I know it exists, dog. Boy, that's cap. I know this is cap, bro. I'm just gonna pass the link, bro. Link OBJ. So I don't have to do the this dot notation. I don't want to do this dot notation. Link dot. There you go. Link. What? Oh yeah, I passed an object. If I pass an object, should I pass an object or a signal? Let me get a string. Let me get a string. String. I'll put here really quick. In function call, I'll pass link by value of the signal. Link. Okay, and then relative to. Where's this relative? Oh, it's an object. Relative to a route dot active. Is that a signal? Route dot this route. Okay. This route. Let's see what this returns. This route, is this a string? This route property. What the hell is it? Component route, activated route, string. Afterwards, we'll test if I have to do another slash or not. I don't think I should have to, but we'll see. So we have that, and now let's change. Damn, I got a hell of pages open, so we're gonna change that. I can just close everything, honestly. I already know what I'm gonna be working on. Damn, I'm hungry. Oh, bro. Oh my god, I got scared for a second. Okay, so we can just do this. Oh my god, that sounds so good. We're gonna call a B button. We're gonna call a button, and we're not gonna call router link. We're gonna call navi. Oh, we gotta do the click. Huh? Navigate to, and then link I know it's on there, Brody. Stop lying to me, dog. So now we have changed quite a bit here. We have, yes, so we're calling a navigate to event that is going to the router and it's going to navigate to the route that's currently activated plus this right here. And I think this should make something. It's got to make something, bro. And let's check what the router's doing. So I have the router behavior activated. Any problems? Any issues? Y'all boys mad? Y'all boys mad? Y'all boys mad? Don't look mad. You don't look mad. You don't look mad. Let's see what we got. So let's inspect this. See how our routing goes. So console, water waste. I click water bill. Oh, it worked. It worked. Look. It went. It went. Yes, it worked. Look at that. It hit. Boom. Now I have to save the page. Now I gotta figure out what the hell's wrong with that. So the routing worked. Nice, bro. Super sweet. Super duper sick. But it's not working. Learn how to read routes. Oh shit, I don't know what that is. Define routes. What are routes? Managing routes in your application. Path, admin, homepage. Adding routing to your application. Static URL. Define paths with route params. Where's child routes? No. Wildcards. That's what I need to do. How Angular matches URLs. Where's child? Eagerly loaded, lazily loaded route. Yes, I know those. Lazily loaded components. What? Admin. Load component and load children. Does that mean the admin route? Hold on. Let's see how the admin route works then. Page titles. Those are simple. I love page titles. Dependency injection. Accessing routes with data, static data, dynamic resolvers. Ooh, you can add child routes to any. Ooh, this is what it is. Nested routes. This is what I was looking for. Okay, what time is it? I still got time. Nested routes. Nested routes, also known as child routes, are a common technique for managing more complex navigation. Yes. Double check something really quick. Hey. Okay. Also known as child routes are a common technique for managing more complex navigation routes where components has a subview that changes. Oh. A subview, it doesn't change the whole page. Oh, okay. You can add child routes to any route definition with the child property. So it serves a component and then it adds child. The example above defines a route for a product page, okay, that allows users to change. So it has to be, okay. Whether the product information or reviews are displayed based on the URL. Okay. The child route property accepts an array of routes. To display child routes, a pair component must include a router outlet. Yes, this is what I was saying earlier. Learn how to display the contents of routes with router outlets. Oh, yeah. Route. Okay. Think nesting routes with child routing. As your application grows complex, you might want to create routes that are relative to the component of your route. This enables you to create experience. Only part of your application changes when the URL, as opposed to the user feeling the entire page is refreshed. These types of nested routes are called child routes. This means you're adding a second router outlet. Profile path components, secondary routes with named outlets. What the fudge? Okay, I know what that is. That's not what we want. Passing contextual data. Navigate. Okay, I want a route that'll change the complete. So I'm gonna test something really quick. I think. So what I know is activating on the router, or what's happening here, is that this needs to be a child route. So I'm gonna just do this really quick. I'm gonna comment out this code. Oh shit, well that's not what I want to do. Comment this out, and I'm actually gonna do just a child component. And oh my gosh, I did it wrong already. It's practice page component. What I feel is my theory. So I'm gonna home route. Yes. Path. So this right here is going to be the initial path when it goes to this route, which is going to be this component right here. So I'm going to take this component out. It's going to go down to child. That's not it. So I just want it to be an empty path, and then component. As I feel like I've seen this before, where it works. So component, and I need to add a comma here. Okay. So I feel like this is gonna work. Maybe. Okay. Oh shit. Okay. Oh. Wait a minute. Oh no. Water waste. Wait a minute. I feel like I have something here. So you saw how it loaded? Boom! And then wait. Oh man. Let's go, man. We can go back. Yes. I'm gonna press here. Practice page. Boom. Utility page. And waterway services. Oh, yeah. Oh my days, boy. Practice page. Oh yeah, I know how to do this now. And then I can do title. Practice page. Practice or waterways services. Practice. Oh yeah. Better believe that. Oh, and they changed the name. Oh my gosh. That's cool, man. Let's freaking go. Now, I think I wanted to add even another layer of nesting, I'll be honest with you. Because what I need to do, I need to add a customer service route, right? But I think I like where I got it today. Customer service route, and the customer service route is gonna serve all of these other routes. I like it. Let's work on that really quickly. I still have another about 30 minutes. So we have now, I want to now, what do I want to do here? Because how am I going to know, right? How am I going to know if it's a customer service page or another type, right? I'm going to have to give that information to the router. I'm going to have to give that information. Or is there a way I can do it without checking, right? I could just have like, so what I'm thinking of right now is, you see what I have here going on. I am one layer of abstraction. So from the waterway services page, we're going to the practice page, but I want to add another one where it goes to customers and it checks all the customers routes that are available, right? All the child components of the customer route. So what I want to happen is that I want the customer route to be a child of the water waste route, and then the customer route. Yes, I said that right. So I want eraser. Where's my eraser? Right here. So I want. So this was done. So now I've done that. We've learned how to navigate, activate it. I want the water waste route. When that route is clicked, I want it to navigate to. Because then I have two arrays. When I have pages, let's check what routes I have, right? I have two different arrays of routes, right? So imagine all these routes are just arrays of pages that they can go to. So this customer and pages, they're two different arrays with possible routes that the user can go to. I want the system to check both. I want the system to check both routes to see which one it's in. Or would it be easier just to tell it already, hey, you're a part of this route? you're a part of this route. Would it be easier to do that? Would it be easier to do that? That's something I gotta do some research on. Should I pass more data to the route on where it can be found? Or should I make the system look in my head when I'm thinking about it? It would be easier just to add that data to my server right here, right? I can just be like, I don't know, I can just add it to the link. So I can go here to API server, wow, there's so many modules, index.js, and the link I can put /customer. Can I do that? Boy, I don't know. That's some research I gotta do. Because this went down another layer of abstraction, right? It's another thing I gotta think about. Practice page. So it just does that. And then, I guess I can have the title as a parameter? That's a better idea. Hold on now. Hold on. Hold the phone. Wait a minute. What I can do, I already know what I gotta do. I just want to write it down and show it off. So what I'm thinking about, possible thing I can do, right? Possible solution. Number one, once again, I can tell them what section of the thing they're going to be on. I can tell them what section of either, what array they're going to be, customer or pages. So I can tell them which section they're in. Right, I can tell them which section they're in. And then afterwards, I can, with the title, maybe I can look through the array and whatever matches. Maybe I could add some metadata. Possibly add metadata to match. Possibly add metadata. Can I do that? Because let's see how the routing's done here, right? Just so I can get some inspo. If I go back to this page, pay water bill, customer service, pages. So I would want water bill to be here. I would want this to be pay water bill, payments, whatever. BrowardCounty.org, pay water bill. What's a way that I can do that? What's a way I'm thinking about this? You have to think, it's like, you have to kind of see it in your mind's eye when you're thinking about it, right? Because what I mean by metadata is the data that's unseen here in the routes, right? So stuff like this, like the user's not going to see it. They're just going to see whatever I tell it to see, right? They're going to load this component, but I can there could be maybe like a property like should I do 2 layers of nesting? That's crazy, huh? Because I can have water waste home, and then I can have 2 children for that, right? Their children can be customers and pages, and then each of them has their own routes that they can go into, right? But is that really the best way to do it? I'm thinking about it. I don't know no other way, because that's what I'm thinking about, right? But then I'm thinking, how in the navigate to feature would I do that? How would I do it? How would I even tell it? This one's on the customer page, because I'm thinking that's the only way I can do it, right? Let's think of a good question, right? Because the last time we had a good question, it answered it. So let's think of a good question here, right? What am I really trying to figure out? I am trying to figure out double nested components, maybe? How to navigate to a double nested component? Possible question. Question number 1. Alright, possible questions that we can ask ourselves. Possible questions. Is it even good to double nest? Let's ask ourselves that. Is it good to double nest? Is it even good to double nest? If so, if it is good to double nest, how to traverse double nested routes? Two questions that I want to ask right now. Is it good to double nest? If so, is it good, how to traverse double nested routes? So let's go to Google. Is it good to double nest routes in Angular? Nested routing in Angular. Let's see. This may be a common question, and if there's a better answer, please point me towards it. That being said, on the top level, the Angular app I'm developing exposes a login path and paths to 4 separate dashboards depending on who logs in. This part is working as expected. Okay. For each dashboard, I have a side navigation that's more or less the same. Some options are only shown for certain users. In the dashboard, I have a nested router outlet. When I try to load a module inside the nested outlet, Angular can't match the path. Here's what I have so far. So let's look at this guy's code. Chat. Zoom in. So he has his path. He has this landing page. Redirect to login. Login loads child component, which is a off module. Okay. He has this commented out. And load child. Import admin module. Okay. Admin routing module. Oh, so we have a different routing for the admin one. Okay. Path, employee, component. Okay, so these are the children ones. Admin component, children. Okay. Admin, app routing, admin routing. Okay, so he has different route. App component, admin component, HTML. Okay. So let's try to understand what he's doing right here. So here is just his normal routes. He goes to admin routes. When he's in admin route, then admin module. Ooh, it's weird. As I don't work in modules. I work with. I don't really know how to. Right? Because modules are like different from what I do. What I do is a standalone application, right? So this may be a little different. Let's see if we can pull something out of here. And when he gets to the admin page, these are his paths: employees, attendance, customers, order expenses, app components, and then this is how he has his admin components. So he has map drawer. What the frick? Oh, this is just components. Drawer, container, app side, navigate. Why does it call them differently? Well, that's weird. Now the expected behavior is as follows: when navigated to /admin, the admin component will render the side nav will be visible. When a link is clicked on side nav, the content should be rendered in the nested router in the admin component, for example, admin/employee. Okay. When other routes are accessed inside the module, laden 2, it should render inside an outlet that module, for example, admin employee ID for employee detail page. I tried with the named router, it kept throwing an error if I moved the child out of the admin routes and make them independent routes. It kind of works, but the content is rendered outermost app router and the side is not rendered. Any help or suggestion would be greatly appreciated. So kind of similar where he's double nested, right? Because he's on the page URL, then he goes to the login. Admin? Am I saying Trevor? Yes. So when he logs into admin, and then admin has other things, if I'm not mistaken. Employee, attendance, no. Oh, login. You can get all these different things, right? Admin component, okay. What if you remove path match full from admin running? If you issue admin employee because you're using path match full, it will not pass the condition, so it won't go to employee. You, sir, are a savior, so this actually worked. Or actually no. Let's break the problem into a smaller one. App module TS. Foo. I also should add a wilder up. I'm actually gonna go soon, so if we click on the button, the Angular routing will schedule. Route translation. Interesting. Path match full. Then the match will be invoked. Last child. What the hell? If we click the Angular routing, we'll schedule a route transition. This involves a quite interesting process which is composed of multiple phases. One of these phases is the one called applied redirects. So the redirects are resolved and where no match errors come from. This is also where we can find more about path match full. In this phase, it will go through each configuration object. It will try the first one that matches the issued URL /foo. Okay. It will encounter this one. It happens in match segment against route. Then the match function will be invoked. Const match route. What the hell? Here we stop at route path whatever. If route path equals path match full. So here is one case where the path match option makes a difference with the current configuration path match not set. Will be reached and then it will proceed to go through the full children array. So in this case, full component will successfully be displayed. But if we path match full, then the expression. Thanks so much for time to it becomes much work to now the path algorithm works. So now it was all a black box to me. Okay, so he's literally explaining how all this matching stuff works. This is a lot to read, I'll be honest with you. This is a lot to read. Nested routes and standalone components. Maybe go watch a video. Master nested routes for complex. Complex. What is the Angular way? So, I still don't know how I'm going to solve which one it goes to. Whether it goes to customer or whether it goes to the other one. What's it called? Customer or not customer, customer service or pages. I still don't know how it's gonna match which one it goes to. I guess we could first have this we could first fix this or not fix it, but I don't know. I'm gonna do some research into it, see what I can do, try and come up with a solution. But yeah, I kind of did what I wanted to today. I matched the paths. This thing that's gonna take a few days, but yeah, proud of the solution, what we came up with.